I helped out with the refreshers fair today, so I went up to campus. Yep. Dinner on the wall. I am making dinner before the fall. Sorted. Past George. I was watching 28 Days years later. I realised during the editing process, I must have forgotten to include a huge chunk of the video. So the whole point of the video was completely missed. That was stupid of me. So, okay, a bit of a story time now, because I have to put up the flack for Past George. So since the end of PGFG, which ended originally in February of 2023, I did my AS levels, and initially I was going to do another series of PGFG, a small one where I just did a little summer, and I realised, like, I did that so close together. That was a very quick series that, like, a quick as in coming very quickly after the last one. But that didn't work out because, unfortunately, well, things didn't work out. I was in a relationship at the time, which I shouldn't have been in, and that bled into all sectors of my life. People, like, we don't feel like we can be friends with you anymore because of just how weird we find this, and fair enough, it wasn't great. I won't go into specifics, I won't name any names because that's just not right at all, but that had a huge impact on me, and the video where I said, oh, I know I wasn't watching, blah, 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 that was a direct result of that, because I fell into quite a bad spiral. I was not very happy. And for a while, it still kind of bothered me, not until uni, really, where I got out of that. But I think that had the effect, really, of, because I'd been dealing with something like this and feeling emotionally just not quite right about it for so long, it meant I hadn't really thought about life in other ways. So by the time I get to uni, I feel like I've stagnated. I feel like I'm somewhat behind, and I think Past George will illuminate that in future episodes. But yeah, I think this is where the trouble begins for Past George, because I think, now Past George, I can't help you on this, but that feeling of stagnation may lead you to do some silly things, not silly bad, not as silly as you ever done, but silly as in maybe you start things you maybe weren't quite ready for. But that's all in the future. Ta-ra!